So I revisited Vanguard Zombies, and one thing I did learn was it's actually not that bad.
You serious?
Whoa. Relax. Don't leave the video just yet. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Vanguard Zombies and trying to see, is it really as bad as we do remember it? First up is Thereon Fog. The map that the game released with, the map that defined everything, that created this beautiful thing, that created a lot of hatred for the game, and it's actually just as bad as I remember it. The basic idea of it is you get thrown into Stalingrad. That does look pretty cool, but it is a multiplayer map that you did play a lot during the beta, so I was already really burnt out of it, and they made me play objectives forcefully to progress through rounds, and it was mindless loading screens after 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 loading screens. You get the idea. Now what I decided to do was hop into these maps and try to complete the Easter eggs on them, because over time after release, we didn't have Easter eggs. At first they decided to release them in Thereon Fog, and then they continued on in other maps. And the amazing thing with these Easter eggs is they're not only talking fest, but extremely boring. Here's a quick description of how to do the Thereon Fog Easter egg. You hop in, you unlock locations, you unlock the later added on in the game's life cycle survival aspect of it. Basically round base, you get teleported into Shinomaru, you survive, you go back, you go up to the door, you knock on the door, you listen to some audio, you listen to some more audio after activating something, and then a green portal appears, and that is the Easter egg of Thereon Fog. Oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat for the whole thing. Now one thing that I want to quickly talk about is they added Isabella for some odd reason into Thereon Fog. If you don't know who Isabella is, I think she is like top tier worst boss in any zombies experience that I've ever had. She's up there with the most recent mimics. Just annoying. God, please remove her. Please do not add her into Modern Warfare 3 nor any future zombies experience, because I just want to rip my eyes out whenever she shows up. Now one interesting thing I did learn about these zombies maps is for some odd reason the world record for rounds are quite insane. Now I know there's round-based experiences in it, that probably is the reason why it's so high, but Thereon Fog highest round for some odd reason is round 238. I don't know. That is somebody, if they didn't do the round-based experience, it's 238 loading screens, so they at least went through 238 loading screens, then times that too, so what is that, like 476 loading screens? That is absolutely insane. And yeah, you do have your classic pack-a-punch camo, which does look pretty cool, but the map is really dark. Cool perk machines, but super annoying because I have to use them over and over to get their full ability. The story behind them is pretty cool. This is some of the dark ether god's blood that you drink that gives you the power, which I guess makes sense because the more you drink, the more of the power you get, but still extremely annoying concept to introduce. You do have to listen to the story videos to understand this completely. I guess really cool artifacts, aka field upgrades inside of the game, and you do have your covenants and other stuff like that to sacrifice your hearts, which is blah blah blah. Terra Maladicta, what a map. The first time it came out, I said this to everyone whenever I played it. I was like, this would work as an amazing round-based map. But overall, it is following the same concept of Thereon Fog. You hop in, you complete quests, go through loading screen after loading screen, through boring quests. We get introduced to a new character, which I could care less about. And also on top of this, the Easter egg. Oh my god, the Easter egg could not be more boring. It is just talking and talking and talking. I'm not even gonna walk you through this Easter egg. The basic idea is you collect some papers, you move on, but you have to go through the longest talking in the world. Also, huge props to this map. It did introduce a pretty funny wonder weapon that is kind of useless, but it does look pretty cool. This shield, it has a big eyeball, it looks funny, it talks funny. It's like a god put into a shield or something. Cortifex be a weird dude. He be messing around with some stuff. Did you know that Cortifex inside of the story killed his own son, and he had that son with Syraxis, which is kind of insane, and then he turned that child potentially into the bunny rabbit that we have in Cold War? Kind of complicated storyline, but it's also kind of messed up. Now also Terra Maladicta, it just has quests. The map is pretty cool. It's just a desert. It's okay. It's nothing insane. It does not introduce anything else apart from, I guess, the actual shield. And you do have a round-based experience that you do unlock at the end of completing the Easter egg, which is pretty easy to get through. So you do, in a way, still get to just go through rounds easily, similar to the way you were able to, I guess, even easier on Thereon Fog. Just open up some portals and you can get there. They were trying their best to implement round-based after realizing people do not like this kind of a concept inside of their game. The highest round for Terra Maladicta is round 155, which is kind of weird that that is the highest round, but you know what? We move on. To Shinonuma. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Shinonuma is back, but this time called Shinomaru Reborn. I'm so excited to play the same map we have played on so many games, and even on Vanguard Zombies before this. It is okay. The Easter egg, I will be honest, is a bit complicated. I did try to do it, and I did end up giving up. Yep. I did end up giving up, and I decided not to completely finish it because I died, and I do not want to play this game too many times, but I will give them props. They did step up their Easter egg game because it was a bit challenging. That's why I died. Yep, I'm giving them props. They kind of introduced a really cool concept of being able to drink perks and aka actual zombie blood this time around, not god blood, which kind of correlates with the storyline. If you know the storyline of this game, it kind of gets actual game better because the reason they're back in Shinonuma is to collect a special mirror, which is involved with the storyline. So when you use that mirror, you're then able to do stuff and fight the boss, which is basically Syraxis, aka just our favorite Zabella. I hate this boss. I thank god I didn't do this boss fight. No cutscenes, no rewards, so what's the point of doing it? But it is just your good old Shinonuma with a brand new addition to the map, this dig site area. It's actually kind of cool. This is where you have your pack-a-punch machine and your crafting table, and it's kind of cool. The actual Wunderwaffe is back, which I will also give them props for, and I'm not a hater of the Shinomaru Reborn. It is fun. I did play a lot of it the first time it came out. I got around 100 on it, which was kind of insane, and I did have a lot of fun, and I did have a lot of fun replaying it, which is really nice. Round-based experience in Vanguard works in a way. Vanguard does have a fluid playstyle. In my opinion, you probably disagree with me because I know that is a huge hatred. You can double sprint, you can do all of that fun stuff. You get a brand new pack-a-punch camo, similar to the way we saw in Terra Maladicta, and also prior to that, the similar way we did see on Thereon Fog, which is a huge plus in my opinion, giving us different pack-a-punch camos. Overall, Shinonuma, you know, it's an okay map. I don't know if there's any much more to say. It is your good old Shinonuma. It has side objectives, it has side quests, blah blah blah, and it has the main quest, which is really nice. The highest rank for Shinonuma is 520, which again I would have expected for it to be higher because it is Shinonuma, but then again on Vanguard Zombies with Zabella, the guys who shoot guns, which is a bit ridiculous. Can we quickly just interrupt and talk about the actual bosses inside of this? There's only 3 versions of them. You have the Boom Schreiers, which are goddamn annoying, aka what I like to just call a combination of the pests we did see in World War II zombies mixed with the clowns from Infinite Warfare zombies mixed with the ones that we did also see in World War II zombies, which were the red ones. It's like a combination of all of them that then we're like, hey, we should make this like the dogs of this game. And then you have the ones with the guns that shoot bullets at you. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Zombies with guns, please don't do that ever again. I know Megaton throws stuff, other ones do stuff, but this just feels a bit ridiculous. And then Zabella, let's not mention Zabella. And now we're moving on to my favorite map, the Archon. I'm being extremely sarcastic. This is Terra Maladicta with a green filter. It does make sense in the story, but if you don't know the story, it's really annoying. They were like, let's just turn Terra Maladicta into a round-based map. People say Terra Maladicta could have worked as a round-based map. That doesn't mean take Terra Maladicta and make it a round-based map. I just said, hey, you missed out on an opportunity, move on. No, they were like, let's just make it a round-based map now. Overall, the quest on this map is actually quite easy, and I got it done ish. I died in the boss fight. I didn't feel like redoing it. It's a pretty cool boss fight. It's a pretty cool concept. Quick explanation of what the Archon is. It is a brand new entity that we learned inside of Vanguard Zombies that existed even in the normal Ether storyline. The Archon is just this being that just watches everything, doesn't do anything, has the capabilities of literally wiping everyone out in every universe possible, but just decides to watch, and even has trials that people can complete, enemies, whatever you want to call them, and then the Archon is like, here's a bit of my power, go have fun. There's theories that the first ever entity was actually Dr. Monty and then the Shadow Man. They basically got the powers, became gods, yada yada, and the actual Cordyceps boss fight inside of Vanguard Zombies completed those quests and essentially got the Archon powers, which then you just take away from him by fighting him. Also, there's continuous theories that also Mr. Forsaken also got the powers of the Archon by consuming Cordyceps, because he did decide to eat a bunch of bosses inside of the Dark Ether, and then he got the powers of the Archon by being Forsaken at the end. But we did defeat him, which is surprising because for some odd reason whenever you get the powers of the Archon you're super easy to defeat. Let's not count my death, but overall I'm pretty sure this Easter egg isn't anything difficult to complete. I just did do it really late, and it's kind of crazy because now I'm curious who the hell else is gonna get the Archon powers in the future. Kind of wild. Richtofen? Who knows? We're about to see what the future of Modern Warfare 3 and whatever the hell Call of Duty 2024 is gonna cook up. The highest round for Archon is actually around 771. How is this the map that has the highest round? Here are some short honorable mentions for Vanguard Zombies that I'm gonna leave at the end of the video. The ray gun is back. It's kind of weird because it just feels very weird. It's pretty powerful. It's pretty good. There's a shield inside of the game. That's not the actual one weapon shield, but it doesn't do shield stuff. You collect hearts, as I mentioned before, and with those hearts you can then upgrade your stuff inside the game. Ammo mods aren't back, but they're inside of Covenants, which a lot of people do like Covenants. Personally, I'm a hater of Covenants. Get that stuff away from me. Give me my ether crystals that I can upgrade my stuff like in Cold War Zombies. And yeah, there's not much more to say. So I did hate on Vanguard Zombies a lot in this video, but what do I mean by it's not that bad? It was manageable. I did slightly enjoy it. Yes, I said it. I think the reason I slightly enjoyed it is because I did now understand the story of Vanguard Zombies, and I do recommend for you to watch a video on the full Vanguard Zombie storyline explained. It does give us more questions than answers, but it evolves the Dark Ether storyline, which I think if you do know the storyline of Zombies, it will make your experience more fun, and I'm just excited to find out more in Modern Warfare 3. And the reason I decided to revisit Vanguard Zombies is because a lot of people are saying Modern Warfare 3 is going to be the next Vanguard Zombies. I don't think in any way it's gonna be that. Number one, this is a World War II setting. We're bored of World War II. Hell yeah. Frick off World War II. And also the overall concept that they decided to implement into this, lying to us in a way of it being round based, just kind of soured us all. So hopefully Modern Warfare 3 is better, because not only is it just gonna straight away continue the Cold War storyline, which is far more interesting in my opinion, but it's also not lying to us and just being like, hey, this isn't round based. Don't expect round based. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to drop a like at the video, and if you would like to see any more content specifically like this video, which is something new that I'm going to try on this channel, then definitely comment down below and let me know, and I will try to do that with other videos. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.